Hey there friends, meteorologist Ashley Ruiz here. I'm coming to you to break into programming. It is 10 a.m. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that is set to impact the Baton Rouge metro over the next 30 minutes or so. Severe thunderstorm warning until 10:30, and it's likely to start moving toward the southern area in about 10 minutes. Baker 15 minutes, Marydale 18 minutes, and again downtown Baton Rouge. It could be producing some hail as well as damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. Not just that, but possibly some torrential rain that could lead to some flooding. Rain rates are very high, about 4 inches per hour. Not just that, we have more storms toward the west, and we have a few more thunderstorms moving near the southwest Mississippi area, crossing in between Magnolia and just south of Magnolia. This storm may be producing some very strong winds, and it looks as though it may be rotating as well. So be sure you do stay weather aware over the next several hours, because again, we have a lot of thunderstorms on the radar this morning south of Lafayette, impacting Abbeville and New Iberia. Some of these storms may be pushing closer toward our area. Out west, they've been producing a lot of rain. That's why we have a flash flood watch in effect until Thursday night and into Friday. So be sure, if you want more information, we're going to have continuing coverage on our app and a free BR Proud app and brproud.com. So we're going to send it back to programming, and then we'll get on social media in just a sec. All right, folks, if you are joining us on social media at the moment, I am meteorologist Ashley Ruiz. It is 10 o'clock. We were on Fox 44 and NBC Local 33 to break in to talk about a severe thunderstorm warning. So let's get right to it, because we have a lot to talk about. The live VIPIR radar is very active this morning. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings. We've had several severe thunderstorm warnings off to our west, and I'm going to break it all down for you a little more in detail now that I have more time to talk about it. So we have this one severe thunderstorm warning that is impacting, let's see, East Baton Rouge Parish, Iberville, Livingston, Point Capee, and West Baton Rouge Parish until 10:30. And if this storm holds together, that may have to be extended into central and northern Livingston, eastern Livingston as well, and possibly into St. Helena Parish. This storm is likely producing some gusty winds. If the winds do reach the surface, it could be some pretty significant winds, possibly over 60 miles per hour. Could be near southern in about 5 to 10 minutes. Some of the heaviest of rain and the strongest of thunderstorms, possibly in Baker in 16 minutes. And I wanted to point out, it is likely producing some hail, maybe about 1/2 inch or so. And also, it is a efficient rainmaker. We're seeing some pinks and reds. That's indicating possibly, again, some very heavy rain. I'll zoom in to tell you guys about where specifically we could be seeing the strongest winds, perhaps, and then the heaviest of rain just south of Baker near Southern and Port Allen, likely crossing the Mississippi River shortly, and the Mississippi River Bridge. Actually, let's take the DOTD camera over the Mississippi River Bridge at the moment. We're seeing torrential rain, blinding conditions on the bridge as we speak. You can see folks are starting to slow down. We're seeing very strong wind gust over the Mississippi River, and again, visibility is dropping, and that's not even where we're seeing the heaviest of rain just yet. And let's take the live VIPIR radar again. We'll do some more analysis for you guys. I'm also watching one storm that's near Oiska, and sorry for that, you guys. And then south of Magnolia, this one storm is picking up on one of our shear markers, and this is our exclusive product from Barron, and it shows where some of the possibly the strongest winds are, or possibly even some rotation, maybe some mid-level or low-level rotation. But keep in mind the radar site is in Slidell, so this is also getting to the mid and upper levels rather than near the surface. The closer you are to the radar, the better you'll be able to see the lower levels. Now, this one storm could be producing some pretty strong winds. We don't have a formal warning on this storm, but likely seeing some pretty gusty winds crossing I-55 near Kentwood, between Kentwood and then near Magnolia as well. The strongest storms are staying south of Macomb as we speak. Another thing I wanted to point out, these storms, as I mentioned before, are efficient rainmakers. They've produced, these radar estimates, of course, between 3 and 7 inches of rain over the last 6 hours in southwest Louisiana, closer toward Lake Charles, just near south of Port Arthur, all the way to north of Opelousas. We've seen some very high rain totals, and that was leading to some flash flooding. So that is why we have a flash flood watch in effect all the way through Thursday night and into Friday morning. Now that's because we could see some of these training thunderstorms and slow-moving thunderstorms, and they act as almost like a conveyor belt of moisture. They're not moving all too much. They're moving from, generally, we could see a move from, in this case, southwest to northeast, and they could just be moving over the same areas over the same amount of times, or they're not moving at all, and essentially they're kind of stalled out, and that could lead to some very high rainfall totals, and that could lead to some dangerous flash flooding. So this watch covers the entire area until Thursday night or Friday morning at midnight. So we'll likely start to see the rain end on Thursday, and I really do want to stress that we're not going to see relentless rain for 72 hours, but over the next 72 hours we could see 3 to 6 inches of rain, widespread amounts, with locally higher amounts. I put the plus sign for a reason, because if we get caught under these training thunderstorms, you could double or triple these amounts, and we've seen that with storms this morning. The Weather Prediction Center was saying for southwest Louisiana 1 to 3 plus, and that's over the course of the last 3 days, but they've seen double, possibly even triple those amounts in some spots. Along and east of I-55, that's likely where we'll see the highest rainfall totals over the next 3 days. Also, I really wanted to point out the difference between a watch and a warning. We sit under a flash flood watch. Keep in mind, a watch means conditions are favorable, so you do want to be prepared. Know how to get out if you are dealing with flooding. Know what to do in case of a warning is issued. Also, a warning, if one is issued, that means flash flooding is imminent or occurring, so you need to take action. Also, avoid flooded areas at all cost, because again, with heavy rain, especially in our low-lying areas and near some of our streams and rivers, I'm not really too concerned about the Mississippi River, but our smaller rivers, the Amite, the Comite, we'll have to watch for some minor river flooding later in the week. We'll have to look at the forecast for that, the river flooding forecast, as this event unfolds. But keep in mind, a flooded roadway could lead to a very bad day and a very dangerous situation. So you don't know if the road is washed out or how deep the water is. I've seen it. I've seen lots of people drive through flooded areas and flooded roadways here in Baton Rouge, downtown Baton Rouge, near Acadian, these areas that are typical flood spots, and they've stalled out and they have to get rescued. We don't want that to happen, and again, we're going to be watching this. As I mentioned, flood threat is there, but also a severe threat. So we're seeing that ongoing. We have severe thunderstorm warnings, although that one storm that is currently severe warned, it's starting to pulse up and down. So we'll have to see if the warning will continue. It likely will until 10:30, but we'll see what the National Weather Service says. Now, a level 1 risk out of 5. I don't want you to completely sleep on this risk, considering we've had numerous warnings issued for our area. We may have a watch issued per the Storm Prediction Center. That may come a little later, as we'll have that potential for some bowing segments, some straight line winds, or possibly a brief tornado or two. Also, we're under a level 1 risk tomorrow as well. So all modes of severe weather will be possible today and tomorrow. Again, you can see strong winds, tornadoes, hail, but the main concern will be some heavy rain and flash flooding. Now, the risk for severe weather will increase on Thursday. We're currently under a 2 and 3 risk, a slight and enhanced risk. That's going to be Thursday afternoon, evening most likely, as another cold front moves in. All modes of severe weather will be possible: tornadoes, winds, hail, and then additional flooding. Keep in mind, we'll have to see how today unfolds, and we'll see where the heaviest of rain sets up. But that, again, any rain that falls after today could lead to more additional flooding. That's why we have that flash flood watch, given the fact that the soils are going to be saturated. It's not going to take much. So while the weather is still relatively calm, unless you live in Baton Rouge, if you live southeast of Baton Rouge where we have some calmer weather right now, not for long, I would clean out those storm drains, clean out those gutters, make sure nothing is blocking that, because we need all means necessary to help with the drainage. Also, secure any loose objects if you haven't already, because outside of these thunderstorms, we're still seeing some pretty strong winds. So here's a look at the HRRR model. I picked this model because it's been it's been picking up on current radar trends, and I really do think it's doing the best out of the models I've looked at this morning. And this is around 1 o'clock. It's showing again that line, that leading edge of that line starting to move more toward the east, but we're still sitting under numerous to widespread showers around 3 o'clock. Watch what happens after that. I want you to focus a little closer maybe toward Ascension Parish, the New Orleans Metro, and the North Shore. These areas are just continuously getting more rain, especially closer toward New Orleans, Belle Chase, and then near the mouth of the river. Just more rain through the overnight hours, and that's where we could see some of these training thunderstorms set up. It's really difficult to say where these storms will set up, but we're going to watch to see where this boundary stalls out, because that's where we're going to have the most, or the highest rain totals and the most issues. This is 4 a.m. tomorrow, still showing more rain, but notice again the heaviest of rain still to our south and east before more rain starts to develop. So we'll likely see a lull in activity, except for maybe far southeastern Louisiana as that front just stalls out, before more thunderstorms develop tomorrow afternoon. And again, not going to take much to see some issues. Then Thursday will likely start off dry, and then thunderstorms will likely develop during the afternoon, evening, until this cold front moves in and kind of pushes some of this activity off to our east. And we'll see a lull in more activity as that cold front moves to the east. So Friday is going to be dry before we could see more rain Saturday and Sunday. But thankfully, Saturday and Sunday doesn't look to be like a flooding threat or anything like that. But keep in mind, again, it's not going to take much for these storms to cause some issues. So the next few days, again, we're looking at the heavy rain threat today. Again, maybe a strong to severe thunderstorm in the mix. Wednesday, same goes. Some thunderstorms, heavy rain will be the threat, maybe a strong to severe thunderstorm. Thursday, the threat for severe weather increases, and we could see some more heavy rain. But then Friday, we are mostly dry. Go ahead and download our new free weather app. All you have to do is go on the Apple and Google Play Store and just search Be Our Proud Weather, and you should find it. It's going to look like this on your phone, and you can stay up to date with us. You'll get push notifications, alerts sent to your phone if any watches or warnings are issued for your area. It uses your precise location to send you information, any watches or warnings, and they're issued and they're sent to your phone as soon as they're issued by the National Weather Service. Also, you can look at the radar, track the storms yourself. You can zoom into your neighborhood, get the forecast, and we control this data. So what you will see on your phone, that is what we control. It's our forecast, and then you can also look at our latest updates on there as well. Video forecast from this morning, and then I have a whole story, and you can catch us on the radio. I did want to talk about an updated look at the severe thunderstorm warning. The National Weather Service went ahead and canceled portions of of Iberville and Point Capee from the warning, but still continues East Baton Rouge, Livingston, and a small sliver of West Baton Rouge Parish. So the heaviest of rain, the strongest winds are likely moving over downtown Baton Rouge, possibly near LSU as well and near the river. I can zoom in and show you exactly. Just east of Marydale, likely seeing some very, very heavy rain, maybe some strong winds as well. Broadmoor, near Acadian Place, heads up. Jones Creek about to get some wind and possibly some real heavy rain. Shenandoah, here at the station, I can hear it coming down. LSU, the Highland area, Gardere, Oak Hills Place, you're likely about to get some heavy rain as well. Let's take the tower, or not the tower cam, the DOTD camera to look at the Mississippi River Bridge again. We are starting to see some very heavy delays on the bridge because of this severe thunderstorm warning. And again, this is going to continue until 10:30 this morning. Denham Springs, it may be moving over your area in about 20 minutes. Walker, if it really holds together, could be in your neck of the woods in about 30 minutes. And it is moving around 40 miles per hour to the east, could be producing hail less than perhaps half an inch, so closer toward pea-size hail at the moment. Actually, we just got word from the National Weather Service that they are going to go ahead and cancel this severe thunderstorm warning. So there you have it. It disappeared, but we still are dealing with the strong thunderstorm. So be sure if I were you, I would stay indoors until this storm passes. Stay away from windows just in case any wind gusts do reach the surface, and stay weather aware. There's this one storm that is just to the northeast of New Iberia, and if it holds together, it could be moving closer toward Iberville shortly, Iberville Parish, and it's moving to the east-northeast around 33 miles per hour, and it could be crossing the river perhaps within, I would say, within the next 30 to 45 minutes, and then it could be moving closer toward Plaquemine, Addis, the Atchafalaya River, and then closer toward the Mississippi River. So again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can reach out to me on social media. You can email me, aruiz@brproud.com. But again, go ahead, download the free BR Proud weather app. It's a really, really useful tool. It's new, and again, you can get push notifications sent directly to your phone. Again, heavy rain threat today, tomorrow, and then Thursday. Not going to rain relentlessly for 3 days, but we could be looking at some flooding concerns Wednesday and into Thursday as well as a severe weather threat. So stay weather aware, stay up to date with us on air and online. Take care, and we'll talk soon.